Now, going over to the business blunder of the day, you have Norfolk CEO and lawyer fired over a romantic relationship and purchases on corporate cars and using corporate assets. This comes with thanks to Ariel Zibler, wrote over at New York Post, saying Norfolk Southern CEO, top lawyer fired over CEO and top lawyer fired over romantic shared hotels, cars, and corporate trips on report. There you can see the CEO and the lawyer, and yeah. Not too good. They say that the CEO of Norfolk Southern, the U.S. Railways top, and the U.S. Railways Giants top lawyer were both fired in the same week for engaging in a romantic relationship. They would stay at the same hotel and travel in the same car during corporate trips, separate from other employees, according to the report. Alan Shaw, the CEO of Norfolk Southern, was fired after the board of directors voted unanimously to terminate him, and Nabinta Nag, not purposely trying to mispronounce that. Lord knows I can't pronounce a lot of things properly. And it says it's the who is the company's executive vice president of corporate. Oh, that's hilariously ironic. He's the vice president of corporate affairs and chief legal officer. Which one would think if you're the chief legal officer, you probably know something about the company's phone book of policies. Now they say Shaw and Nash were fired after violating the company's policies that prohibited workplace relationships between staffers and their superiors. Employees would often see Shaw and Nag travel together and return to the company's headquarters in Atlanta separately within a space of a few minutes. On many trips, employees would typically pile into a van while Shaw and Nag would be driven together in a car. People familiar with the matter told the Journal. Shaw and Nag would also stay at the same hotel while other employees would be housed in a different one. The two were known for spending more time together following the freight train derailment in East Palestine, Ohio last year, which resulted in a spillage of hazardous materials. Norfolk Southern later became defendant of a class action lawsuit, which they agreed to sell for $600 million. Hold on, get close up. There you can see him. Now, they say the board of directors have been investigating the relationship before the announcement last week. They also say activist investors and Core Holdings tried to launch an unsuccessful bid to unseat Shaw earlier this year, caught winning the investigation and asked to see shareholder records, according to the Journal. And this is almost like one of those things where it's, a lot of people are saying, was it really beauty or just convenience and proximity? Because she looks like kind of like American Dad, but Indian. So like kind of like Stan Smith, but a woman. Interestingly enough. Now they say the Cleveland-based firm launched a proxy ballot earlier this year, trying to get Shaw fired, but was unsuccessful. Even more morally vacuous and mentally vacuous, it says Shaw has been married for more than 2 decades of his wife to Tiffany, and they have 4 children. What a piece of trash. So he did that to his family. They say that Shaw's departure is unrelated to the company's performance, financial reporting, and results of the operations, which can't help but think that probably didn't help this use case. They say Shaw earned $13.4 million, blah, 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 has been CEO since 2022. She joined in 2020 before she's promoted. They say it wasn't clear how being fired for cause will affect their severance, which, there's usually caveats for a lot of these intricacies. I'm sure they'll get something. It's one of those things where you can sue anyone in America. You might not be successful, but the company probably wants as little friction as possible in terms of just, maybe they'll pay them a little bit just to not fight it at all. Even though, again, the board did vote unanimously. But again, that's why I always tell people relationships at work is already a very risky thing. If you're a superior and you have that type of authority, like I can't help but think, when was the last time I actually worked successfully in terms of long-term relationship? And again, he's also a family man, which that also does not bode well for the actual brand of the company. And that would also indicate is probably, I would say that directly shows he doesn't have high morals and values. I'm not sure how much you can be trusted him in regard to having those moral values be replicated or lack thereof in business relationships as well. And this company's already had a myriad of issues lately. Of course, that spill being one of the biggest PR and bad disasters hurt many people as well. Gotta say, this on top of all that, it's a good thing they're fired. But yeah, in terms of the CEO's actions with the legal officer, having that affair, gotta say that is certainly the business blunder of the day. Thank you everyone for taking the time to tune in. Again, trying to get to 4,000 subscribers by the end of the month. So if you can click that button, I greatly appreciate it. Also, give me a thumbs up, thumbs down, or comment. It's a great way to give me some additional feedback, letting me know how I can make the show better and better. Lastly, don't forget to take the time to tell your family, tell your friends, tell your coworkers, heck, tell your enemies, tell anyone and everyone. Just stay safe, fight the good fight.